Hi, Volume. How y'all doing?
All right.
Shout out to Black Snow. Appreciate being here. Thank you, Moji, for bringing me up. You get two, right?
Yes.
All right.
I am a Reagan baby, born in the era of crack, Jerry curls, gangster rap, Baptist churches, and Cadillacs. To be black back then is a lot like today, because black and brown skin is still viewed as a sin. I once portrayed Dr. King when I was a preteen by reciting the very words that he shared from his dream. Back then it really seemed that peace was the way. So I clung to every word that my teachers would say. They stressed that passive resistance was something we should adopt, and the struggles that blacks had endured had finally stopped. But that was all a crock. They hid the bigots and crooks, and now it looks like Jim Crow has reemerged from those books. Yeah. I learned that Lincoln freed the slaves, and that the Union was saved, and that slavery just came and went away one day. But your slavery never left. All it did was evolve, and we keep hoping and praying for it all to be solved. For God to get involved and finally win us respect, I gotta faithfully pay a tithe and get Creflo a jet. Disrespect intended, but I mean this for real. Stop posthumously praying when blacks are brutally killed. I despise the narrative that says it's just God's will. When does God ever protect or even act as a shield? Does he look to intercede these days for a fact? When our killers are fearful cops and other folks that are black? And even with saying that, crimes they call black on black is not a justification for these wild police acts. See, in the hood, their track record is shit for protecting and serving. So it's quite unnerving when they think we deserve it. These lives matter as well. Not just the straight males that are black. Women, gay, les, and trans blacks are under attack. Look, if a girl lays with a girl or a guy with a guy, should they be judged and automatically sentenced to die? Blacks are murdered worldwide, and that's the fact that remains. So a different sexual preference shouldn't mean a premature grave. But I can run for a touchdown or a dunk. I can viciously beat my chest, proving that I'm no punk. But if I choose to stand up and demand my respect, I'll get labeled a thug or they call me a threat. I then view and observe this madness on my screen. I hate when people of color are disgraced and demeaned. It would seem that as blacks, we have closed the gap and established a place of worth on America's map. See, that's the trick, sans the treat. That occasional bone that gets thrown our way gets us invited to Rome. And as we know, when in Rome, we ought to mimic the host.
Right.
Look, all of them many things that they value the most. There's a young boy somewhere and he's rocking a gold chain, a medallion with his clique, his neighborhood, or his name. He's buying out the bar or he's making it rain, thinking insane acts of aggression is the name of the game. He goes by young, little, or variation of such, rolling like 30 deep, clearly doing too much. He's always looking for ways to put his hood on the map.
Right.
Not knowing he's being set up to keep his mind in the trap. How about the proverbial dime piece? Good head on her shoulders. She gets wife divorced, now she's pushing that rover. Reality TV shows are trying to get over. But Fame's 15th minute couldn't be any closer. No justifiable talent, kind of Kardashian-like. Sing, dance alright, but always rocking the mic. Mini skirt thigh high is unbelievably tight. Perpetuate stereotypes, trying her best to be white. See, my mind is no longer shackled, depression nearly extinct, rearranging my narrative but only daring to think. I care not about the norm, forget being adorned. I am here to lay waste to all things cliche. Forget assimilating, let me make this clear. I will continue to challenge all your thoughts and ideas. Be prepared to defend all that you hold dear. Doing my research has eliminated my fear. See, mine is a clear mind, and now is the time to be fully eager to find the inner truth divine. I'm sincere. I'm armed with words, nouns, and verbs, so use caution. Venomous results when these thoughts are chronicled. You've been warned, foretold that my pen is powerful. I'm world weary, but these words will live on in infamy. I am alone in this zone, and the goal is the throne. For where the crown rests is home, and I'm that rolling stone. My long-awaited debut will not be hard to find. The slot that was prime time was confiscated as mine. You'll root for the bad guy. I was afraid to admit that I'm seduced by the dark side. The force is strong in this kid. Even after my last breath, the legacy will remain. And those who follow my steps can only show me respect. My vengeance and righteous anger were formed from night's cry, and equally violent thoughts and actions were justified, supplied by a past of pain and grief, and that of a childhood that was far too brief. First row of the church pew, fall 1993. Black suit, black shoes, me, age 13. Pretty flowers, kind words, selections A and B. Sat there with my father reading my mother's eulogy. I was full of fear, but on my father I could lean. That was until he perished when I turned 19. It is easy to think that I am destined to lose. Thoughts that I combat by writing my own rules. Old habits die hard. Scars remain, I guess. Repressed negative stress expose some hopelessness. That's why I've been on this mission for a very long while. To find a bit of happiness, keep a consistent smile. I left my birthplace and chose to travel many miles. Turn up in H-Town and refine my poetic style. Pain is the muse that I use more often than not. But if I find joy with my poetry style, I surely hope not. So I just tell myself instead, the best thing I've ever written still resides in my head.